Hello, this is Shay from Fool on a Journey. I was inspired to make the jump from Instagram to YouTube because of the super cool tag that is going around right now, the first, last, and always. And what a cool way to introduce yourself to people by talking about those particular decks. So my first one is right here. I feel like everybody has seen this one before. It's just the Rider-Waite-Smith, with the plaid back that everybody has seen. I think I got it for like $16, $15. I worked at a movie theater that was right next to a Books-A-Million, and I kind of would just wander during my breaks, and in wandering through the occult section, I saw some tarot decks. I can't remember which ones, there were a couple. But I went home before I bought them and sort of Googled, what is tarot, and found the story of the Fool's Journey. It was a really cool version that was kind of told like a fairy tale, and the idea that the cards could make stories, super fascinating. And that particular version of the Fool's Journey was illustrated with Rider-Waite-Smith. So when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to buy, that just sort of made the most sense. So I just bought it, and that was the first. My last tarot deck is the Hidden Realms, which I actually got. I like to study. If you watch, or if you've been following my Instagram, you know I like to study decks in pairs. So I found a very cheap secondhand version of the Tarot of the Sidhe, and I wanted another fairy deck, or fairy-esque, sort of otherworldly deck to sort of study with that one. And I figured this one was perfect. I actually haven't done a whole lot with this one yet, except stare at the amazing faces. I love the way the cards really look at each other. I don't know a whole lot of decks that have such prominent faces that really do that. I mean, look, they would be looking like right at each other in a reading. That makes me super excited. So I haven't done a whole lot about, personal meaning and really connecting with this deck, but I do love the artwork and I love the faces, which is weird. I'm not normally into that, but it's like they're all facing different directions. They all have really, just expressive faces. So I just feel like that's gonna be great once I start really digging into that, but I just got it pretty recently, so I don't have a whole lot going on with it yet, but that was my last. And my always is this little deck that came with, I had sort of put tarot down for a while, and then I ordered a book, and these came with the book, and the book was just called The Tarot. It was by Jonathan Dee, so I assume that he had, I don't know if he was the artist or if he just put this deck together, but on Instagram, I've been tagging it as the Jonathan Dee Tarot, and other people have done it with this deck too, so I assume he at least is the creator, if not the artist. I've had it for so long, I have no boxes, I have no little white book, I couldn't tell you anything more about it. This is what the back looks like. I did trim it, so if it's looking really tiny in my hands, and compared to the other decks, it's because it's trimmed. But I had put tarot down for a while, and I ordered a book just to sort of get back into it, and something about these cards, I just loved them. I had just sort of been doing nothing but the Rider-Waite for so long that it just wasn't hitting me anymore. It wasn't, getting me anywhere. And, I loved the colors in the suits. I actually loved that it was a pip deck. I wouldn't say they're non-scenic, because there's, you can see like in the Two of Cups, there's some imagery going on. It's just really, really simple. And that's sort of how I felt about the whole deck. All of it, it's just really simple. Just nice, plain, really small cards, shuffled super well. These are actually really weirdly flimsy, but tough. Like, they're super bendy, but they don't, I don't know, I like it. They don't feel like paper. Like, they're tough enough to handle a good, riffle shuffle, but they were pretty tough. And I just started using these, and I just kind of feel like whenever I get to the point of when tarot's not doing it for me at the moment, these are the ones that I want to pick up and go back to and get going again. So that was my first, last, and always, and hopefully the first of more YouTube videos. Thanks, guys.